Please come in.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please sit. So you are a commerce graduate and you have done masters and this undergraduate. You
Yes.
both in commerce, right? And your optional that you have taken is management.
Yes.
What is the difference between manager and administrator?
Sir, manager is a person who brings the resources of the organization all together and achieves and makes the goals towards the betterment of the organization. However, administration or administrator is the person who administrates the organization. He is in the top level management, and whereas the manager is concerned, he is in the middle level or the lower level of the organization.
A manager can be do you think it, so according to you it is a difference of hierarchy only? Administrator is above and manager is someone who is working below him?
So, administrator can perform the role of both manager as well as administrator. However, if manager is given the parlance that he has to be an administrator, he has to have the authority and responsibility according to administration or administrator.
You have your second option is executive officer.
Yes, sir.
And you have put DYSP at 5th.
Yes, sir.
Third is your BSA.
Yes, sir.
So why DYSP? Why don't you want to be a part of police system?
Sir, there is no negative aspect as far as my preferences are concerned. But sir, I think my personality and my skills are better suited for Nagar Sahayak Ayukt and for BIOS or DSA.
You think, see, point is this police department, this has very bad image.
Yes, sir.
Right? Will you agree with that
No, sir,
or
I
not?
don't.
They have relatively bad image that they are not people friendly. Usually that has a image. So वो एक पुलिस का system जैसे होता है. तो there if you as a manager you have this managerial skill because you have learned management as an optional also.
Yes.
So do you think you would be able to you should be able to do really good in this in DYSP role?
Yes, sir. As far as the work profile of DYSP is concerned, sir, if I would have been in that sphere, I would have bring all the personals together. So one of the major aspect of a manager is to motivate and self-direct the people, and also have the persuasion skills and the leadership skills to better guide them, to have the leadership command over them. So if I would have chosen, I would have done.
But this is not what you are not comfortable with this, so
Sir,
you have a
as far-
separate right. So in management, do you have anything as operation research? Have you heard?
Yes,
Or
sir.
have you studied operation
Yes, sir.
research? So operation research, what exactly is operation research and what you have studied under it?
Sir, I have studied operations research. I cannot recall the exact.
Right. Management. Okay. Do you know anything about this simplex process? Are these things taught in your
Sir,
management courses?
these are related with optimization techniques.
Yes.
As
So
far
that's
as
what
I
I
can
was
remember.
asking. Yeah.
So these are.
Did you get a chance to read this in your optional? That's what my
Sir,
question
no,
is.
sir. As far as the syllabus was concerned,
It was not there.
No, sir. It was.
It was not there. Okay. Commerce as an optional, is it there in the civil services or not?
Yes, sir. It
It is
there.
there. Why didn't you choose it? Why did you choose
Sir,
management?
I was not really comfortable with some of the numerical portions
Numerical
in
courses
the
you're not comfortable.
commerce and accountancy. So I did choose management. It's also having the all the topics similar to commerce and accountancy except for numerical portions.
Okay, so comfort level is what you're looking
Yes, sir.
for. Okay, fine. So how do you motivate students? That's one of your hobbies.
Sir, I ask them, or if any query they have with regards to their whatever.
What is the
problem-
platform that you use to motivate students?
Sir,
Is it just like you meet like in person, or is it
Sir,
through
actually,
online?
I'm pursuing PhD. So I
PhD
was.
in what? Yes, that was one interesting fact. So, what in which field you are pursuing your PhD?
Sir, in commerce only.
Not in management.
No, sir, in commerce.
Okay. So in commerce you are doing PhD.
Yes, sir.
Now this there is a paradox. You see the paradox or not?
Yes, sir.
Before
I see
me
the paradox.
saying anything, can you figure out what
Yes,
is the paradox?
So paradox is I have not opted for
You're not comfortable with numericals. You
Yes.
think you can survive in PhD without numericals?
No, sir, I don't think, sir, as far as my statistics portion is concerned, I'm quite comfortable in that. But, sir, I was little uncomfortable.
What is p-value in statistics?
Sir, p-value refers to a legitimized value where you consider rejection or the acceptance of hypothesis based on that p-value.
So p-value of say 0.95.
Yes,
what
sir.
does it represent?
Sir, p-value of 0.95.
Yeah.
Sir, it refers to the
P-value and confidence interval, do they have any connection?
Yes, sir, they do have connections.
Yes. What is that?
Sir, sir, I cannot remember right now.
Right. So do you you know anything about kurtosis?
So yes, kurtosis.
What is kurtosis?
So kurtosis tells us what is the spare of graph where it is leaving. Sir, mesokurtosis, leptokurtosis, and
These are the terms. Just asking the basic definition. If you can explain it for a layman.
sir, is the graph is normally distributed or not, whether it is exceeding the normal level or it's below the
What is
normal
do you know the normal distribution curve
Sir,
of probability?
Yes, sir, normal
So-
distribution curve.
Yes. So what formula what function can you tell me?
Sir, mean equals to median equals to mode.
I'm sorry.
So mean, median and mode are equal in normal distribution curves.
No, that is fine. I'm actually asking. So you have graph y is equal to sin x. You
Yes,
have graph
yes.
y is equal to log x.
Yes, sir.
So you have what kind of graph this normal distribution follows?
So it's a normal distribution curve. So inverted U shape.
Yes,
in which
it is
both-
inverted bell-shaped curve.
Yes, a bell-shaped curve, and both the sides are symmetrical.
Symmetrical.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Mean, mode. What is the difference between mean and mode?
Sir, mean is the average of the data, whereas mode is the value which is occurring at the maximum number of times.
Right. Okay.
You are the student of management.
Yes, sir.
Why you not select your choice in management field like IIM or etc?
Sir, when I cleared NET with JRF after my masters, I got the opportunity, but I did not apply it anywhere. I just, I was like, I would stay at my home district, and I applied in Aligarh Muslim University, so I got the admission there. So that's the reason I pursued PhD from the Department of Commerce there.
What is the role of Deoband school in Indian national movement?
So Deoband is a school, when the Indian national movement took its space, Deoband gathered the people from the Muslim community, and it preached the specific notions of Islam so that the people could understand in a theoretical way, so what are the common parallels of Islam, so that they could unite people in the Muslim community.
It was anti-national or in favor of nationalism?
So it was in favor of nationalism. But as far as I remember, it was in favor of nationalism. Deoband Ulema School in
Deoband.
Saharanpur.
Saharanpur.
Yes.
Role of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan?
Sir Syed Ahmed Khan envisaged to have the education for all the communities, especially for the Muslim community, so that they can have the education on the basis of westernized culture, as well as to give them the scientific approach, so that they can have the scientific approach and learn all the new education themes according to the Western education which was prevalent at that time.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me difference between value and conduct?
Sir, value refers to the common belief systems within the individuals, and sir, second?
Conduct.
Sir, conduct refers to their approach or the behavior which on the basis of values they approach towards a behavior, that is conduct.
Is any relation between value and conduct?
Sir, yes, there is a relation between value and conduct, both are complementary to each other.
Value are कहते हैं ideal or behavioral?
So yes, if we have the positive value and the positive approach, we have a good conduct, that is a good behavior towards an item, thing or a situation.
Who is known as the father of modern economics and why so?
Sir, father of modern economics, Keynes.
Adam Smith.
Adam Smith, sorry sir.
So they he had given a term called as market forces.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the role of market forces in the capitalist economy?
Sir, capitalist economy basically works on the market forces of demand and supply. If the and all the factors were constituent with the demand and supply. If the demand is more, then the capitalist would prefer to increase their production, and the supply would increase. Then they will think of diversifying their market and use the resources so that they could optimize their resources and use the supply in the better way.
So what kind of, in fact, if you go with the perspective of India, what kind of economy India is having? Capitalist economy or mixed economy?
So India is having the mixed economy.
So how can we say that India is having the mixed economy? Because most of the production activities are being done by the private sector. You name it, we're having the private sector over there.
So yes.
So whereas in case of socialistic pattern, it is the government which performs the work. But there are very less fields which are there in our country which is there with the government.
Yes, sir.
Is that so? So can we say it as India is having the capitalist economy with a little ingredient of socialistic pattern?
So I don't think so. I think that India is having a mixed approach with the socialistic pattern, and the welfare of the masses is the main theme on which the Indian economy perceives and looks forward to.
Could you give some examples of the country which is having the capitalist pattern of economy specifically?
Specifically, I would say the privatization of the sectors. So privatization of the
any in fact country we're having which is totally following the capitalistic pattern, not having the socialistic pattern.
So
any economy which is having the socialistic pattern?
So socialistic pattern is in Russia, from where we took in the preamble we took from there the sources, and so Ireland, Sweden.
So we also have the communist pattern.
Yes, sir, communist pattern is there.
So how can we differentiate between socialist and communist pattern of economy?
Sir, communist is someone who wants to change the whole philosophy, whether it's they have the revolutionary or the reformist approach, whereas in the socialistic
economic
pattern,
point of view, how can we differentiate between socialistic pattern and the communist pattern?
So socialistic pattern is basically for the welfare of the masses, whereas the communistic pattern is so that the specific blocks of the population, for example, the trade unions which was established on the communist pattern, they were having the belief so that the specific block of the population would benefit from the protest or the any sphere which they work on.
So your year of birth is 1994.
Yes.
And during this time we're having a lot of reforms.
Yes.
Especially the economical reforms. Forget about the political reforms. And in this we're having a Rao Manmohan reform.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is all about this Rao Manmohan plan or reforms?
Sir, they were envisaged with the liberalization, privatization, LPG reforms, which happened in 1991. Sir, it was that time when we were having in the history of India when Indian economy failed and was on the path of bailout. So the Rao government and the Manmohan Singh, who was the current finance minister at that time, he envisaged that economy should be opened up so that we can have the positives of globalization, as well as to privatize the specific sectors so that the government on sectors which have
opened up for the in the way that it is opened up for the foreign investments.
Yes, sir. Foreign investments, foreign institutional
before
investors.
This plan, our economy was not opened up; it was totally closed. Or
Yes,
what?
sir. So it wasn't totally closed, but we were more focusing on import substitution. But that was the time when we focused on export promotion, and as well as to have the foreign institutional blocks, to have the investments in India, so that the Indian economy could.
Sir, I have one more question for you. You know the meaning of inflation, I know.
Yes, sir.
Is that so? Okay. Now, for the measurement of inflation, we're having two indices.
Yes, sir.
That is WPI and CPI.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the use of having two indices? Why not one just?
So yes, sir, WPI refers to wholesale price index. It refers to the index in which the prices of the whole commodities which are in the wholesale sphere are being included, whereas the consumer price index refers to the index in which the inflation is being targeted or calculated based on the commodities which are showing the inflationary trend in the retail market.
But Rohita, my question is why we are requiring two indices? It's all about how much burden a person or a common people is having because of the increase in price of goods and services. So why we want to confuse them by using two indices? Why not one?
Sir,
Like what RBI has taken up. Earlier it was having WPI, now it is having CPI in fact. So why not we can simply come up with CPI only?
So because WPI and CPI, major difference is one includes services, one does not include services. That is CPI includes services and the investment, whereas WPI doesn't include services and the investment. So when the tertiary sector boomed and when the demand of services and specifically the services sector boomed, so we needed an reform whereas we can include the services sector so that we can show the inflationary trend in the services sector or the investment sector.
The major challenge in society with respect to women, especially those who are working, what do you think is one of the biggest challenge for them who are working?
Sir,
Either in very corporate, high-paying corporate job, in good administrative positions, or even in normal jobs. Where do you think the biggest challenge is?
Sir, I believe there is a role stereotyping.
Okay.
And
Stereotyping. Okay.
Sir, I think there is a glass ceiling.
That is more or less okay. This is around their capability
Sir,
not reaching optimum
sir,
aspect.
in
Anything
the
else?
higher levels of management. Sir, there is a feeling of sophistication which is regarded with women, that they have to behave in a certain sphere, they have to behave in a certain way.
No, all these things are this. I'm asking about the safety aspects of women.
Sir, safety aspects, as far as safety aspects is concerned, sir, women, if I believe...
You think there are challenges because women, they work in different sectors and for some reason or other, usually they do not come out even if cases of misbehave or anything sexual harassment and all those things happens. So still they do not come out unless things are really very bad.
Yes.
So what do you think where the problem lies and what is the solution according?
Sir, I think there is a problem of self-confidence within women. They don't want to speak in front of people. They think that they will not be able to, the people in front of them or in the committee or in the organization who are the top.
It is only the problem is from women's end only?
Sir,
No, I'm saying in terms of resolving the issue, confidence, do you think that is the major issue? They
sir,
do not have
there
confidence.
is no gender parity.
Gender parity, that is fine, but institution you have lost, you have, Visakha guideline is there. What
Yes,
does
sir.
Visakha word represent in Visakha guideline?
Sir,
What does Visakha represent?
Sir, Vishakha guideline, I don't know, Vishakha represents to what, but I prohibit.
This is related to
yes, sir, sexual harassment at workplace.
Right. So, okay, but this challenge is there that they do not feel safe. Even in very good high-paying jobs, some things are under the carpet, some things come up, but usually there is challenge, which is like an elephant in the room.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, what according to you is the best solution in 1 or 2 lines, if you can say?
Sir, I think they need to be aware about what are the constitutional mechanisms or the prevention mechanisms available in front of them. If at all they face any derogatory remarks or the sexual harassment at workplace is held with them, I think they should know where to go.
Right.
First of all, they should
They
know
should know their rights.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They should know their rights.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.